Premier Doug Ford has announced that Ontario will lift capacity limits in most indoor settings later this week and drop the vaccine certificate system next month.
Nicole Martin is live tonight with what we need to know. Nicole.
Good evening, Taz and Phil. The Premier says with public health indicators improving, they were able to fast track the reopening plan, and they're going to be lifting capacity restrictions at a number of locations on Thursday instead of Monday.
This awful pandemic will soon be behind us.
As of Thursday, restaurants, bars, gyms, casinos, and movie theaters will no longer be subject to provincial public health capacity measures.
We can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel for Ontario's small businesses.
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business believes it marks the start of a recovery phase that could take 2 years.
Right now, only 33% of Ontario's small businesses are at normal revenues.
Come March 1st, the province says it will lift vaccine certificate requirements.
I think we're going in the right direction, and I'm confident if we continue moving down this path, there won't be a reason for it.
Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health saying it's due to high vaccination rates and the latest hospital data showing a downward trend.
We no longer need the proof of vaccination. It served its purpose. I thank all the businesses and communities that have used it, as well as all the citizens that have shown their QR codes.
In a statement, the Ford government says businesses may still choose to require proof of vaccination. Hamilton's top doctor says she's cautiously optimistic about the reopening, but for Niagara's medical officer,
I think this is far too aggressive a plan.
Dr. Hirji is calling the Ford government's timeline premature.
It's going to be, I think, 11 days between February 17th and then dropping proof of vaccination and everything else, which again, I think is going to be far too soon to really know what the impact of the changes on February 17th are going to be.
The province says vaccine mandates will continue within long-term care and hospital settings.
We want to make sure we secure areas for our most vulnerable.
While Ontario's Liberal Party is endorsing the reopening plan,
I am supportive of the decision to move forward, easing the restrictions ever so slightly, just a few days in advance of what was previously scheduled.
It's drawing criticism from the NDP.
This seems to be more about politics, more about Doug Ford caving to the occupiers in Ottawa, more about him trying to be the good guy.
Among the changes this week, sporting and concert venues will be limited to 50% capacity. Social gathering limits will increase to 50 people indoors and 100 people outdoors. Masking requirements will stay in place for now, but the province says a timeline to lift them will come later.
And part of the announcement today included an update on the booster campaign. And as of Friday at 8 a.m., children 12 to 17 will then become eligible for a third shot. And you can go online through the provincial portal or your local public health unit to book that dose.